So now we're on Daf Mem Aleph Amid Beis, and the Gemara wants to explain why we need the words Kano. We explained very well why we need the word Rosho to teach me that both Hakofas Kol Arosh Me'akofa, and we're allowed to override the Isur of Hakofas Rosho for the sake of the mitzvah Tiglachas Mitzorah. But now we want to know, why do we need the extra words Kano regarding Hashchosas HaZakan? If the mitzvah of Tiglachas Mitzorah overrides the Isur of Hakofas Arosh, then which are the peos, then it should likewise override the Isur of Hashchosas HaZakan. And the Gemara answers here on the top of Daf Mem Aleph Amid Beis, the kosav Rosho v'lo kosav skano. What would have been the havamina if we only had the word Rosho, the extra word, and not skano? Havamina, I would have thought that even though, that's what we have to emphasize here, afal pi, that we derive from the word Rosho mashma tarte, number one, and also I mean, I would have reversed the order in my own mind, that if you have Hakofas Kol Rosh Me'akofa, then when the Mitzorah is being Mekayim his mitzvah of Tiglachas Rosho, and he's taking off all the hairs of his head, nevertheless he violates the Isur of Hakofas Pa'as Rosho, because he's taking off all the hair, including Pa'as Rosho, and the Torah added the word Zkano, the word Rosho, to teach me that the essay of Tiglachas Mitzorah trumps the Losas of Hakofas Pa'as Rosho. Vakate, but still, even after the drasha and the derivation, the twofold derivation from Rosho, I'm still in the dark. Why? I don't know that Tiglachas Mitzorah is dafka bitar. And you may remember that everybody agrees, there was never a machlokas about the fact that Tiglachas Mitzorah can only be fulfilled with a tar. Exactly how we derive that, that's an issue. But the bottom line is that the Tiglachas Mitzorah is only bitar, but minolan. How do we know that? And as we discussed in the previous discussion, the Torah never emphasizes or explicitly the word tar in the parasha of Tiglachas Mitzorah. And this is going to be derived from the word skano. Why? How does the word skano teach me that Tiglachas Mitzorah is dafka b'wat b'tar? Because again, we're going into the mode of esei dochalosaseh. The word skano, as an extra word, is going to teach me that Tiglachas Nazir Mitzorah, even though he's also, in addition to being a Mitzorah, he's also a Nazir. And with regard to the Nazir, there's a special Isur Lav of Tarlo Yavel Rosha during his course of Nazirus. And nevertheless, for the sake of Tiglachas Mitzorah, we're going to override the Isur of Tarlo Yavel Rosha in the case of Tiglachas Nazir. So that means that Tiglachas Nazir is dafka bitar, because again, we're going to activate the principle of Reish Lakish that we discussed on Amud Aleph here, that if Tiglachas Mitzorah would not require dafka tar, then and that would mean that we don't need a tar for this mitzvah of Mitzorah. Well, guess what? The Isur Hashchosas HaZakan is only bitar, and we're going according to the Chacham of Rebbe Lezer. So according to the Chacham Shita that we established on Amud Aleph, and that's the Mishnah in Makos, Daf Chav, that the Isur of Hakofas, of Hashchosas HaZakan is only bitar. So then therefore, when the Torah is applying the principle of esei dochalosas in the case of Tiglachas Mitzorah who's a Nazir, then that's going to teach me that the Tiglachas Mitzorah is dafka bitar, because again, if Tiglachas Mitzorah was not dafka bitar, then even a koi Mitzorah could be megaleach. We wouldn't need any ribu miyuchad because the Isur Hashchosas HaZakan is only bitar. So that works out beautifully according to the Chacham Rabbi Elazar. But what about according to Rabbi Eliezer himself? For Rabbi Eliezer, he didn't derive from the ribu of Rosho like the Rabbanan did, that Tiglachas Mitzorah overrides the Isur Hakofas Arosh. The Gemara on Daf Mem Aleph Amud Aleph establishes that according to Rabbi Eliezer, Rosho is going to teach us that a Nazir Mitzorah is Megaleach Rosho B'tar. Umuchach Shalomad she'esei dochalosa v'posig acher. If that be the case, he must have another source for esei dochalosa. Ulakain lo hutzach lilmo v'posig zeh. He was free, and he didn't feel any compelling reason to derive from the pasuk that the Isra Kofas Rosh, which involves a lav, is pushed off and trumped through the Esei Tochalosa of Tiglachas Mitzorah. So Minole, what's the source for his shita that Esei Tochalosa? The Gemara answers Yolef Gedilim in a parsha of Shatnes. It says Nisanya Lo Silba Shatnes, and then it says Gedilim Tasa Lecha. And here on the top of Mem Beis, Hagedilim Tasa Lecha Mehem, that even though he's using both Tzemer and Pishtin to create his tzitzis, and therefore he's violating the Iser of Lo Silba Shatnes, nevertheless the Torah says Gedilim Tasa Lecha, and the mitzvah of tzitzis overrides the losas of Shatnes. And therefore he doesn't need a ribuy of Rosho to be matir Tiglachas Mitzorah in a case where the Mitzorah is not a Nazir, and to override the Isra HaKofas Rosh. And therefore, Rabbi Elazar is going to use that ribuy for a Mitzorah who is a Nazir. And this is where we're going to stop for today, Mirz Hashem. So we'll pick it up tomorrow, here on the top of Mem Beis Amud Aleph. So first of all, I want to wish you a great day.